point. There we go. We should have audio.
Okay.
Yes, we should have, yeah, because of little things going on there. Cool. So,
Okay.
yeah, today we'll be assembling the amphora, which is what we've got in front of her.
This is the bottom half that I threw the other day. And just score the top of this one. I said it wasn't important.
Have Robert Coleman and Sally Verinder adding. Hello, people.
Hello, Sally. Hello, Robert. I'm assembling the amphora.
For those who caught the video the other day, she threw the various parts that these are going to be assembled into amphora. Hello, Christina. And these pieces are now going to get assembled now that they've dried sufficiently.
Yeah.
Now, that one has got to come off there.
And let's see. We need to get this one off.
Well, you would put the hole in the bottom first.
Okay.
Because that there is not actually the...
This is the
This
top.
is not a bowl. This is the top of a jug.
Now we get the hole in the bottom, which will be the top.
Yes. So you've got what, a loop tool there, or the big spiky?
The big spiky. Now I can use one of the bigger loop tools to get some.
Hello.
Hello.
What to do is grab this window and drag it over there. There we go.
Often good question.
Sun
See?
added,
Ah,
and
got
Charles and Vega.
There we go.
That chunk there was what was left of what she just removed from what would be the bottom of a bowl.
Yes.
Now we need to... Fun part is always getting this part off of the back. There we go.
And it
Let's
let
see.
go.
Hold.
Now now comes the fun part
Okay.
with people watching.
Oh, goop.
Goop.
Always
Yes.
remember to put the goop
on
the piece before. Hello. Amphora and more. Yes. Yes, we're assembling amphora today.
Now I have to put all the because I
Because
scored
she's
it.
already
Now I have
scored
to
the
put
edge.
the slip, which is the goo that comes out of my water bucket.
And this is one of the times where, yes, it requires more than one person to do this.
It's not a one-person operation.
Yes. Good morning, Anne. Scott joined, and Jim Digger Jenkins joined, and Anne Burnett joined.
Wow.
And,
A lot of people.
Peter Shorn there.
Ah,
Yes, who placed... we have his order already going.
yes. I threw his cup earlier.
It's always nice when we look at to have at least some of the pieces already thrown.
2 of the 3 pieces.
Which is more frustrating than not having any.
No,
And
good.
Brian Matthews joined. Hello, everybody. The far side of this amphora body piece here. Lonnie Johnson joined. Theodore Scott joined. Jessica
I have all the
joined.
goo on.
Yep.
At this point, I'm going to turn that
Oh,
off.
yes. Okay, so now hand it to her so she's putting her hand through the bottom, which is now the top.
Ow!
Sorry. Helps if
Okay,
you don't
it's
keep
just
the
a
scale. Go.
Yeah, see how well it really does fit? I was talking about its variable shrinkage rate.
Yeah,
Sometimes one half will shrink more than the other.
and this is perhaps the most delicate stage of the entire process.
Might get my hand in there. That's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, because at this stage of the process, it's really important that she be able to get her hand down into the vessel. Which is the reason why she's cutting the hole bigger right now there.
There we go.
Because now she can get her hand all the way down to the joint on the inside and outside at the same time. The advantages of tidy workspace. Yeah, as tidy as a
Tidy? I wouldn't call this one tidy.
No. It's been much cleaner.
Tiny?
Tiny, yes. Its tidiness is a factor of the fact that if we let it get any messier than this, we wouldn't be able to work in the space. Eleanor joined, Eden Rain joined, Tamara Lawrence joined. Hello. And yes, she is assembling the amphora pieces today. Got the first one to the point where the two halves are joined up.
Yes. And now what I can do is use one of my big wood tools, which I pretty much only use for the big Greek pieces.
Just here for a second. Looks like Anne shared the video.
Oh, cool.
Thank you for the share.
Yeah. This one went together really well. Sometimes they fight back.
Yeah. Some people trying to reconnect. Reconnection successful. OBS even dropped out.
Ooh. So, are we back yet?
No, it still says reconnecting on the screen.
Poor wireless connection.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you have good signal there.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Copy here.
Sigh.
This is the first time we've had it drop out this way.
Yeah.
What I can do is I can just kill it and bring it back up.
I'd hate to do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
You could make comment down. Yeah, we've lost connection. We're going to try to reconnect. Oh, yeah, then we have little bubbles going. Oh.
Go check to see if there's any other usage that's going on.
Last time I looked, Christopher was still asleep. Oh, failed to reconnect.
For all I know, there's something done.
We had a lot of people too.
There we go. And we're back. Sorry for the connection difficulties. Things dropped out. We're not.
Oh. Wow. Did the other one delete or was it done?
No, the other one, say this one lasted for a whole 2 seconds, so I just let it delete. Okay. Once more onto the breach as we attempt to fix the issues. Go through this time. Okay.
Works.
So far, so good. Hello, cat butt. Look, Dale.
You could also invite friends.
Okay. Ooh, how do you do that? Oh, there it is. Oh boy. It actually gives a list.
Oh, yeah. There
we go. Ah, there we go. We're back.
Sorry about that. The signal dropped out.
I have no idea. It took us a little bit. Yep, we got people joining back in now.
Oh, good.
Hello, Desi. I know you're not sitting on my lap right now. I gotta get up.
Okay. Can do.
I'm gonna have to set that one in the other room because
yeah, he's got one piece to the other piece. I'm gonna have to set this one aside where this part firms up before I can attach the third part, which is the neck.
But due to its height, it will not fit on the shelf in this room, so I actually have to carry it all the way into the other room.
Okay, and the next one will be one of the little guys.
Oh, you want me to bring down those bits?
Okay, well, whatever's next.
Next is the other Amphora.
Oh, the other Amphora. Okay. Great.
I did not. Oh, wait, no, we only
Well, there was one big one.
We threw one big one. You're right.
Two smaller ones.
Yes. Okay.
Hello. Maura, Eden, John.
Okay. And these guys, as I recall, were a bit more complex because we actually have to take that part off of its bat. Connect the base first because this one has feet.
This one will have feet. Yeah, because we have to put the foot on.
We have to take that guy off his bat. We have to pull out a tool.
Very handy. It's a giving grip.
This is so cool. I had no idea they were built in pieces like this. Yeah, a lot of those big pieces are the complex ones. They were multi-part. Oh, let go nicely, please. There we go.
Yeah, got all the parts on our hand.
So now I've got the piece popped off of its back.
That's the belly.
That's the belly of this piece.
It's the belly of the beast. And now I have to put the little stays on here that will hold onto it. And it helps get it centered very quickly. Otherwise, it's a very lengthy process and kind of boring to watch.
Shape that we're working on now, I will bring up on the screen here. Boop. There we go.
Different grips are wonderful things.
They are a highly valuable tool.
It's catching on the shelf. Go. The foot pedal, that is.
There we go. Because that's the shape we're working on right now. Oh, Greg. Oh, Dawson joined in. Hello.
Hello, Greg. How are you?
James Moore. And Turner. Dave Flager. It's got a number of people back in.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry for the stream dropping out. No idea what caused the...
Other than maybe there's a storm coming?
True, and that can muck with our signal.
The joys of living on the edge of nowhere.
So now she's rounding off the bottom of the piece, because the part she's working on is the bottom...
Okay.
Oh, no, it's the middle piece of this shape.
And I'll smooth it out.
Are you going to jump or not? You still get... Hello, cat. As a kid at school, we had potter's wheel, and you had a foot pump to make it go.
Oh.
Yeah. Kick wheels. This one is obviously electric. There's a storm on the whole west coast, so bear with them. Yeah. Storms. Okay. That is...
Actually, I think I want that a little rounder.
Yeah. Blech.
This is the messy part. Because I get the shavings everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is nasty. And you have just little
clay bits that get everywhere.
And then
including in the cat's fur.
And then the Roomba went in later.
Yeah.
Who knew that the Roomba was
Yeah,
good?
the Roomba's actually pretty good at picking up clay without kicking it into the air.
Yeah. Well, it's giving the chunks.
It gets the chunks. But it does it without grinding them.
Yeah.
Hello, Bear. Hello, Elizabeth Marguerite.
Okay, and now I need a...
Yeah. There.
It's the teddy bear cat.
Somebody's being a cuddle bug.
Okay, this good.
And this one here actually puts up with this. Ooh, dead bat! And it looks like it was one of the older ones.
Yeah, I just broke the bat.
Yeah, you can see the crunchiness there where there's now basically fold marks in the bat. This one now goes away.
Now I'm scoring the surface where I'm going to attach the foot, the pedestal base.
You are being a brat cat.
And now I have to get my hands all gooey into the slit.
More goo.
My bucket slit.
Cat fur.
There. It's the stuff that I, reclaim out of the bottom of my water bucket.
Oh, do you have the level? Yes, I see it.
Which is always hard to find because it's clay colored.
All tools in a clay environment will become clay colored.
Yeah,
Thus meaning they are completely camouflaged.
Make sure it's
Yes. Oh, cats love pottery too. Yes, these guys will actually take dust baths. And then sit in the human's face. Robert Coleman joined. You know everybody.
No, Robert. No.
Go off the yes. There. Fresh towel.
And it's right here.
Got
one handy
spirit level. Particularly important with these multi-piece constructions. Make sure that all the pieces go on level. So you don't end up with a piece that has a natural tilt to it one way or the other.
I don't want it to be deleting characters.
Hello, Matt. Matt joined.
Hi, Matt.
You're being a nuisance, Kitty.
And now this one
also gets set aside. Trimming the bottom of the foot.
Yeah.
Getting that flashing off.
Yeah. I also want to make sure that I don't
knock it off a level.
So now this has to sit. It's always hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait.
Okay. Let me get you a bat that doesn't have a nasty spot in it. There we go.
He sits aside.
This right
now.
That
has to.
Now that's
equalize. Got a. You have the dryer and the dryer with the wet. Now the wet has to soak into the dry and become one piece.
Because you don't want the pieces skating around.
That would be bad.
Okay.
And there's just
line picture body number 2. No rushing it.
No. You work on its schedule, not the other way around.
There's a certain amount of control that you can have by covering the pieces or spraying them down. Salvador Dali for a not what you want. Not what you want to end up with. And there was one time I referred to
oh god, when you weren't taking classes
when I was still in college, is one of the bowls that I was making in ceramics class collapsed partially. But it did so in a pretty manner. So when it came around to the teacher going over people's pieces, I referred to it as my Dali bowl, as in Salvador Dali. His response was, "Oh, what kind of dolls do you collect?" And I went, "No, Salvador Dali.
And with me having a warped sense of humor,
She was just laughing at him there. He was more than mildly embarrassed.
It was funny.
It was very funny.
He made a rash assumption. Because you're not the dolly type.
No, I've never been the sort to collect dolls. Stamps when I was younger, not dolls.
Now smooth it out so you don't have all that scrapiness on it.
Yeah. So the scrapey surface texture has a tendency of like eating my pencil lid.
Plus, it's just not very pretty.
It's not pretty. It's not pleasant to the touch. Hey, Jim. Jim joined. No. Now it is Clay. There we go. So that one is now rounded. I will get you the foot to that part.
Yesterday I was throwing body parts. Now I'm attaching body parts. Sounds kind of...
Oh, this is another one of those sad bats.
Yeah. Well, bats have a limited lifespan.
Yeah.
They're masonite.
If you see the cracks in this bat...
It's because you flex it to get the piece to let go.
because you take it and you bend it to get it to pop off the bat. Speaking of which, is that one dead? Or do you think you can do another?
Maybe one more time.
One more use left in that one.
Yeah.
Finite number of usefulness.
They last for maybe 2 to 4 years.
And then they's dead.
Then I buy new ones.
Yep.
I'm always having to replace 1 or 2 of them at this point.
Yeah. Well, I think that there aren't any bats that are original anymore.
No.
Because we've been doing this full time as a business for over 15 years. Hello, Paulette. You collect clay. Clay gets everywhere. It's not so much collect as fight back.
It accrues.
It accrues. It accrues on your doorknobs.
Telephones.
Computer keyboards.
Open it up and up your computer there. And, ooh.
Yeah. My computer, which is the one that we're streaming from here, is right there. So it gets a lot of clay dust into it. Luckily, it doesn't really hurt it. We did... Hello, cat. Thank you for not climbing up and leaving paw prints of holes in my leg again. Yeah, it's just dusty, and you have to turn the air cleaner up on high before I spray it out.
What?
Go. Slipped and scored and gooped in place. And now...
Now it's a matter of getting it in the center. So I hold my finger in one place. And then you can feel where it's not sitting even. Left, right. Now I use level.
Sometimes they're level right off the bat. Other times, well, the goo will be slightly thicker or firmer on one side. And maybe you could do a claymation of clay sneaking into the shop and getting into everything.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Clay everywhere. Little mudmen.
I can see that. That might be fun. Yeah. Something Christopher would probably be able to get into doing.
Yeah. He's the kind of patience for that kind of stuff.
He does.
Be interesting to see whether it'd be viable to do claymation.
And sometimes it comes off.
And sometimes it fights back. Here's your new mascot. And I'm like, yep. These guys tend to be our mascots. Clay cats.
I also have Sir Ivan the Bearable, too.
Yes. Oh. You shedding again, beastie?
Now let's do this all over again.
Once more into the breach. Luckily, that is one of the more forgiving clays. Ah, Brian just joined.
Hello, Brian.
Assembling parts of the Greek
I'm
wine
assembling
picture.
body parts.
And I'm apparently dealing with a cat who's shedding. And relaying things on the screen.
No, you will be leveled. Damn you. Also helps to get thankfully.
She just wants you to help you get her shed together. Yes. Cat, the other
And
constant.
there we go.
Sure. Okay. Squish. Yeah, sure. Now you get off, Cat. Okay,
Now they
so
can-
at this point, do you want to... Oh, it looks like the neck of this one's probably going to need to be moistened to get that lip in there.
It's a sponge here.
Get the lip on that
That's-
sopping wet.
Didn't get to that.
No. Luckily, this is one of the friendlier clays when it comes to re-moisten. And that cat hair that she poofed everywhere is now absolutely everywhere. Here again.
Absolutely everywhere.
I'll get that one. Do you want to cut the other one off its base? I know you can't assemble it yet. But you can get the
And then I can
this one. Okay. Fur.
There we go.
Yes, one of my primary jobs is handing her stuff and taking other things back away.
Because, well, there's not that much space in
No, there isn't. Cat fur all over my face.
Now, what do I do now?
Because when the pieces are items that are thrown upright, just to cut them off of the base that they're thrown on.
That's how I get all those cute little $2 plates.
Which I have a
Go.
couple of
And this
that
one
have
goes on
dried and popped off of their bats.
This, see, now we have. Oops.
Yes, show it to that part. Because you're not showing it to the monitor, you're showing it to the camera.
So that little eyeball right there.
Yep.
The interesting Greek.
So that one will go on the one on that second one that you did. If I do this right, I can get them both halves on the same bat.
Good now.
And that'll get covered back up.
This, I'm going to turn this into a little plate. It's better than.
Do you have to pay extra for the cat fur texture? There are times where we end up with cat toe texture inside the handles.
Yes.
And there's also the origin behind actually taking the cats and dropping them onto a slab of clay to make cat paw print cookie stamps.
This is really, really fine clay at this point, but it's just.
It's taking what would be waste clay that goes into the scrap bucket and turning it into something usable.
Yeah.
Little micro snack plate kind of thing. Still have cat fur on the face. Those pieces are frequently not terribly even, but it keeps it from filling up our waste bucket.
And people like the little plates.
Oh, we also have the amphora neck that could be cut off.
Yes. And I could probably see here.
Do you want me to go check on the join of the amphora?
Yeah. Okay.
It might be firm enough now for you to check it out.
Okay.
Barber surgeon joining. Hello.
Quite all the way through yet.
Cal Fire.
Yes,
Just up the hill from us is an airport where a lot of Cal Fire planes fly in and out of.
And Caltrans.
And the Caltrans depot is up there as well.
Yeah.
So we get to see all the scraper trucks go by going, look, they must be doing road work today.
Oh, look, mudslide.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious when there's been a mudslide. See the convoy go by.
Yeah, this paper truck, the truck with all the signs in it, the dump truck.
Hello.
No.
So here she's taking the base of another offcut from assembling and turning it into another little dish. You're going to jump in my lap again, aren't you, cat? Yep, there you are.
It's the
just playing through, I see.
Desi, do not mess with the tripod.
Leave the cords alone. You'd never know that she's over 15. Yes, I'm talking about you. Ow. Don't mess with the cords over there either. Okay. Now she's just hiding the comments, Mom. Oh! Cat in hand. Because she's a nuisance.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Goes there. And want me to go bring in the amphora?
Bring the amphora back in and see how that's drying. Because that's the first part I did, was attach the top to the bottom of the amphora body. And it's...
Yeah. Well, starting off with that piece, each half of that one weighed about 7.5 to 8 pounds. And started off as 2 separate bowl shapes. And then they were basically clamshelled together, creating the tall basis of the amphora. And she cut a hole in what was effectively the bottom of that top bowl, large enough that she could get her hand into. Just large enough. So she can smooth down and even out the joint on the inside of the bowl. The body there. You, stop blocking the comments!
Is that a comment in itself?
Yes. Trying to be the... Again, I was paying too much attention to the screen, wasn't I?
Yeah.
There.
And what I have to do
Now she's a fuzz lump again. So now, yeah, she's taking off the high point that was the foot of the bowl. Oh, I need to bring you the neck.
Yeah,
so
it'll
that
be
you
a
can,
while. It'll be a few minutes.
Okay, good.
Because this is best done
slowly. Everything doing it okay? Oh, that is always so creepy looking. Seeing the distortion of the fingertips through the side.
Yeah. I don't want to put too much pressure because that's still kind of soft.
Yeah. Ow! Flesh. Not scratching pad.
It's going down in here. Other than scraps down in there now, which is joyous.
Yeah, clay boogers. So always the clay boogers on the inside. Sometimes there's still some of them in there after the first fire.
It's a rattle.
Yeah, sometimes it jingles rather musically. With the little clay fragments on the inside. I may need that hand back at some point, Cat. Do you ever plan to do one of those large ones such as you find in the shipwrecks that are almost big enough to put a fit person in? Our kiln is not large enough for that.
I don't have a big enough kiln.
Our kiln stands, it's probably about
4 feet.
It's 4 feet high altogether. The internal volume's probably no more than 3 feet high. So it'd be enough to fit a toddler inside of. Not a full-size person.
I could do one that was like 4 pieces.
Yeah.
Another ring.
I think that, mind you, man, that would be hard to get into the kiln too.
Yeah.
Ours is an upright kiln, so everything that you put into it has to be lowered down into it.
And we're not very big people.
I
We don't have the long arms.
No, I have a step stool, just a little short one-step one that lives next to the kiln, along with a couple of 4x4s that I also use as a step beside the kiln so I can get down to the bottom. And later today, over on the fan page, we'll be doing a live stream of unloading the kiln. So
It's a glaze fire.
It's a glaze fire, so it'll be the sneak peek of all the freshly finished items coming out of the kiln. Which is always the pretty part.
A lot of special order pieces.
A lot of special order pieces. We will be shipping a bunch of things out
Monday.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Today's Sunday?
Monday. Yeah, today is Sunday.
This is the time of year when we don't do a whole lot of traveling. So day of the week, can we go to the post office today?
Yes, no.
Yes or no? That'll define whether it's a weekend or not, because ours isn't open on Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday. There is no post office open on the weekend in this county.
No, there is not.
There's also no overnight shipping in or out of the county.
Nope.
This is a longish process.
Yes. It's the slow rounding of the top so that it has that nice, even profile. Jeremy, yours joined. Hello.
Jeremy.
If you guys have any questions, just type them on in there.
Try to answer them.
And so long as there's not a cat between me and the comment stream, I should be able to read it off in short order. Right now, she's more interested in burrowing into my lap. Yeah, calm down. There we go. Do I get tummy fur? Yes, she's not attempting to drown us out. That would be the older cat.
Who's taking a nap right now?
Thank goodness. Because some Bengals don't just meow. They howl. They howl fit to raise the dead.
How loud enough for the deaf to hear?
Yeah, and that wasn't actually an exaggeration. My grandmother was fairly deaf, and the cats could pitch their yowls so they could be heard clearly. To the point where it caused her hearing aids to buzz audibly from across the room.
Yeah.
It looks like you're getting there.
Getting there. No instant gratification.
Oh no, pottery's not instant gratification. Ever.
Yeah.
But these large pieces are definitely a lot longer process. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There. There, I can even use both hands. Look at this. She's just hanging from my shoulder.
I could cut that bolt a mite bit bigger.
Great tutoring of how to do this. Love the art.
Thank you. Didn't fall on my foot. And it wasn't sharp. This one would have hurt if it fell on your foot.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
You've actually nicked your feet with the tools.
Especially considering I'm barefoot.
Which is one of the things that... Hello, Desi.
Like when I used kick wheel, I would do that barefoot too. You weren't supposed
Which is one of the things you're really not supposed to, because there's a chance that you could catch one of your toes in between the guard around the side of the flywheel and the flywheel itself, and you could rip a toe off. Got 14 reacts to the video.
Cute.
Okay, good. Back down into the lap, that cat. Ugh. You're being a nuisance.
Cute. Shit.
Now she's attaching the neck.
I need to bevel this part here.
Yeah, because the curvature of the bottom of that has to match the curvature on the top of the bottle. Right. Different tool. It's the reason why she has a whole container, little drawer unit. There's a drawer for the loop tools, drawer for sponges, drawer for 3 different drawers for the ribs, right?
Yeah. One for... This one's not working. Yeah, so the one I want isn't over here, apparently. Ah, yes, that one.
There we go. There.
That's the one.
I couldn't take it out at first because there were tools through the loop on the other end.
The other one was new and still very sharp.
Oh, cat fur. Andrea's stop joint. It's her job to be a nuisance. Yes.
Yes.
That is Desi's job, is to be a complete nuisance. And to do it in as cute as possible a way.
Yes.
Because she's one of those cats. Bits of clay everywhere.
Yeah, that's sounding better now.
Yeah. I was going to have a fairly smooth connection. Cool. Oh, that's something I should have considered when I was pulling those handles yesterday. Making a pair. Well, maybe there is a pair. Maybe there is a pair matched handles.
Maybe.
The Grecian vessels are the ones that have
tools. Your fingers.
Yep. There she is, smoothing the inside of the neck down and making it even. Lee Kessler joined.
Hello, Lee Kessler.
Hello, Lynn. Love to watch you work.
Hi, Lynn.
So it looks like the fit's pretty good now, so you just need to scritch and do.
And it's
Also
still big enough for me to get my
score.
hand through it, which is good.
Which is not always the case. Some of the necks on the amphora are very small.
Ow, ow, ow. Don't put your hands on this. Sharp.
One of the bloodthirsty tools.
Yeah.
Some of her tools, they're actually serrated on the edge, and she has cut her fingers open on them. Sometimes in the middle of demoing how to make a teenager turn green.
A poor teenage boy. He was so...
Well, also, we're all fairly anemic, so we bleed well. So it was the nice bright... Yeah, it was hot. It was the nice bright red blood against the black clay.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you going to put a Band-Aid on? It's like,
it's everything good. Here, put some clay over it.
You should just held the cut shut for a little while.
Finish the demo.
The Band-Aid wouldn't stick on the clay-covered hand anyways.
It's going to stop bleeding in a couple of minutes. It'll be fine.
Will you make a wooden and wax seal for the amphora? We are not woodworkers.
Somebody, Sven, if you want to make it, great.
We don't have wood turning facilities. We know wood turners.
We know people who do woodwork.
But we ourselves. Is it possible to make an oval, high-sided casserole dish?
Yes.
Lynn? Yes, we could make a tall... It'd be a little more difficult to cover such a shape, to make a lid.
Oh, kind of like what we did for the Viking drinking boat.
Yes. It'd be possible. It'd be just a little trickier.
Yes.
Because to make an oval, high-sided vessel like that,
it starts off round and then you
bow it when it's just the right firmness.
Yeah,
So that way you don't end up with finger divots.
Yeah.
That one went together really smoothly.
Yeah.
Sometimes they put up a fight. For scale.
For scale, yeah.
For scale, this is a foot-long ruler. So
That's up to about there.
yeah,
About 14 inches tall right now, 14, 15.
yeah, 14, 15 inches tall. But that
And
will...
my favorite tool.
Out comes the level again. That way she can make sure that the neck is sitting square to the ground. Have you ever made the cargo type in for it? We are limited by the size of our kiln. So we can't make them four that are any more than what, about 2 foot tall? 2.5? About 2.5 foot tall.
Yeah.
They would, at that point, they would take up quarter to half of the total volume of the kiln. You made a round one, is a casserole. We made a round one, and she uses it all the time. Thought an oval would be a good shape for an oven. Don't need a lid. Yeah, if so long as it's not lidded, we could totally do that.
Yeah, that'd be really easy to do.
Yeah.
Without the lid.
Yeah, just get us the dimensions that you want. We could make it. Because
And this one is being exceedingly friendly.
cool. Normally they don't go together that fast. This one's just, it's showing off for the camera. And there she is, getting her arm down in there again. Do you need some slightly thicker glue?
Yeah, I need some slightly.
Okay.
That glue is kind of runny still.
Yeah.
Needs to sit for a couple days.
So we actually have bags that have different qualities of gooey clay. Blech. There. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cover up this seam right here.
It also reinforces the join.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put this back in the room now. Oh, I know. Instant goopy fingers.
Yeah. You.
Great. I'll PM you with the Spanish design size. Good. We'll look forward to seeing your message.
Yeah.
The very first M4 we did was custom order?
Custom order. There's 4. Was it set of 3 of them? And we sent them to Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
there was some sort of.
They were actually using them for. They were the award pieces.
Yeah. Oh no, it was either 2 or 3.
3.
3.
And it ended up being 3 M4 and a plate with someone's portrait on it.
Yeah. And oh boy, the sore muscles.
Yeah.
Because 3 this size.
Yeah, because they were all 3 matched in scale. And which means that you threw 5 of them?
Yeah, threw 5 of them.
And this clay has a highly variable shrink rate when it comes to other ones. Others, it's generally within like 0.5%. It's like, okay,
This one
it'll be
3%.
Yeah.
So,
Some of the other clays, they'll have a shrinkage rate of like 11% or 12%. This one, it's somewhere between 11 and 15.
yeah.
Sometimes it shrinks a lot. And it's just, if you're going for a very specific size or height, something you have to bear in mind.
They were supposed to be 15 inches.
They
So
were
this
big.
one actually is pretty good.
So
But I'm not doing
finished
the
height.
extreme foot.
No.
That'll probably, I could always adjust later. But this one actually is not really thick on the bottom.
Well, that's good in a way because it means that you have an all-in-all lighter vessel.
There we go.
And that goopy section that she just reinforced, she will smooth down later once it's had a time to dry up. And she can make it all smooth and pretty. Okay, you done?
The thumbnail. Here.
And this is why she doesn't need to trim her nails all that often. At least not her thumbnails. She grinds them off.
The best tools. Your
The
fingers.
hero alpha enjoy. No. Welcome to the stream. And for those that have only caught it partway through, we will be saving it to both the so that you can see it continually up on Facebook. It'll also be up on YouTube. And for the next 14 days, you'll be also able to see it on Twitch, which is another live streaming service. Platform thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who use Twitch, they do game streaming. But there's also a lot of artists and other creators that are up on that one as well. You can see the icon for the various social medias that we do up along the edge of the screen. Is it done for now?
It's done for now.
Okay. And at this point, starting weight of that sucker was close to 20 pounds. Doesn't weigh that much now, but still big.
How is this guy over here doing?
You know, we may just have to do a simpler spout than that guy.
Yeah. Also, just he's softening up. If we could do the smaller one.
Yes, so you're going to need the Giffen back.
I'll just put my foot and do some shreds.
Yeah.
That's more surprising than anything else.
Yeah.
It's just making sure I got it on there straight. Wasn't caught up on a bat pin, which would make it all
so
wiggly woggly.
Base. Now she's going to have to go for the longer legs.
Sure.
Also, one of these yours?
Somewhere here.
Or they're over
Right
there.
here.
Okay. Go. So now she'll be assembling the upper part. Ah, yes. Thank you for sharing a link to Twitch there. And on all the various things, we're to be found under Reannag Teine. Like right up there at the top of the screen. All of our screen names, searchable, are all the same spelling.
Makes things easier that way.
Keeps the branding consistent. Nice. The fine art of finding all the same length of leg.
Yes, I found them, but only one of them had a doohickey on it. I'll take this one off. Nope, wrong end. On this end. This is going to hold it in place for me.
Yep. Now the older style of doing this would involve carefully and slowly centering the piece on the wheel head and holding it in place with clumps of clay. Just not always
Once you get
reliable.
a pedestal base on it, not all that
It's it's not terribly feasible. But with the Giffen grip, it makes it a lot simpler.
This one.
This one is that one will need to be trimmed down some.
Yeah, but I can because you look at
Because of how
because it would
thick that is right there.
See, I had some.
Jeffrey Bales joined. Oh,
Hello.
Ivan's joined. Oh, Geraldine Duncan joined. Hello,
Hello.
everybody. I'm in the process of assembling a Greek wine vessel, like the one up on the screen there. She's gotten the foot attached, and it's had a chance to fillet it here. So she's in the process of attaching the upper part.
Trying to find the tools that I've buried underneath.
Here, extra hands.
You back in there.
Scritcher. Also known as a sgraffito tool.
Or, yeah, because I'm scoring the edges.
It's the slip and score. It's just that every artisan will gradually develop their own set of terms that they use for things. In our case, it's generally the scritch and goop.
Because I could do it one of two ways. I could either cut off some, or I could cut off some. What I'd probably do is just do the cut around here.
Once it's attached.
Yeah, because I could have cut it shorter right at this line right here.
But if you just trim it from the outside in, you lose less height.
Yes.
So do you need an extra set of hands?
I need the gooey.
Yesterday, one of the things she did was go through the throwing buckets and harvest enough goop that she'd have enough slip on hand to do all the assembly today.
This goes through a lot.
It goes through a lot, and in addition to having the 2 wine jugs, the 1 and 4, we've also been doing 10 Rhytums, which are the animal-headed drinking horns. Also Grecian in origin.
And multi-part construction.
Because those, you have the hand-sculpted heads and the thrown cups to have the bottom sliced off.
So squishy.
And I definitely will have to go outside today and get the
Turn it back on.
The coil extruded for the handles for those. Because a lot of Greek shapes have specialized handles that you have to make for them.
I got it on.
I was noticing that. You got it on straight on the first try.
Yeah.
Again, the piece is showing off. Normally, it does not go that smoothly.
Occasionally it does.
Occasionally.
And sometimes you get that bastard.
There's always that bastard.
And now what I will do is probably let this firm up. And then it'll be easier to trim it down so it matches really well.
Because in a little bit also that flange part will soften from the goo that was just added. This will also take all the way into the other room.
Yes. Let's see. How's this guy over here doing? And he's just going to have to wait.
Okay, so the last one's going to have to wait.
Yeah. The bottom is too dry and the top is too dry and the bottom is too wet.
Well, that's annoying. Because there's always that piece.
Yep. And then you have the one that isn't going to cooperate.
So what I'll do is I'll take the lower 2/3, that one strategically wrapped so that the top portion is wrapped so it'll moisten, and the bottom part is exposed and has a chance to dry out some. So at this,
we're done.
Yeah, we're all done with what we can do for right now. The rest has to wait on the clay. So thank you everybody for joining in. And we'll probably be doing another throw stream in about 2 days?
In about 2 days.
Because it's about
finishing them up, getting their handles on them.
Oh yes, the fun of putting long Greek handles on things.
Yes, those are so fun.
Bye. Bye-bye.